We're thinking about next semester's project at our class called Building Classic Furniture. And we need a new project. The last semester we did a Pembroke table, which was quite a bit of fun for many of us, and doing inlay work and so on. So the project this time will also need to be a challenge in some different ways, and we've picked a tripod table. In this book, Masterpieces of Furniture by Verna Cook Solomonsky, is an English tripod table that was originally made in about 1755. It's a Chippendale table and has a pie crust table and cabriole legs and a turned shaft or post. It's mahogany and it's a Chippendale style. So we've settled on this piece of furniture and I'm getting it ready for the class, and that always means creating the detailed design in SketchUp. So I've begun that modeling work, and here is the assembled piece that's in a three-dimensional model. And that was first started by scanning the picture from the book and then tracing over the shapes of the legs and the posts and the tabletop. So here is an orthographic view with a front and top view of the table. It's about 31 inches high and 18 inches wide, which is a comfortable size, not too big, and something that is attractive to the students. So the first part of this project is creating this post or shaft. It has a quadrifoil, or somewhat of a cluster of columns in the upper part of this turned post. This is 2 5/8 by 2 5/8 square to start with. And I've printed this in full size as shown here on the 3 consecutive pages of 8.5 by 11 sheets, which I typically splice together and glue to a thick poster board and then cut out the shape. Here is the resultant template that will be used. Notice that it has been split down the center line because I don't need the full complement of this turning. This will make it easy to hold on the tool rest of the lathe and mark out the places that are important in doing the turning. Connected to the bottom of the post are the tripod cabriole legs with a dovetail connection that slides up from the bottom. And this is the side view of the cabriole leg. So the first thing then is to find the material, and this will be mahogany, traditionally mahogany for this piece. And I've got 2 pieces that I'm planning to use here. Turns out that this piece of mahogany is about 2 3/4, so that is going to work quite well for the 2 5/8 diameter needed for the post. So I'll cross-cut this piece of mahogany, square it up, and mount it into the lathe. So this will need to be ripped also, since it is wider than 2 5/8. Then for the cabriole legs, I've got another piece of mahogany. For the legs, this is the full-size template, and in this case we want to make sure that the grain of the mahogany is running diagonally for strength. By the way, the leg is connected to the bottom of the post with a small dovetail that is shown here. So this piece is just about the right thickness, and the other template, the top of template for the leg is shown here, and this is this acanthus leaf carving that will be done on the top of the knee. So this is about 1 1/4 inches thick, so I'll be able to get easily 3 legs out of this chunk of mahogany. So the next part will be to cross-cut for the turning in this piece, and then mount it on the lathe and begin the turning. And while it's on the lathe, there'll be quite a bit of carving and detailing to do on that post. This will be a challenge for all of us, but I think it's going to be a fun thing that will be able to practice some new skills, and that's what's fun in woodworking.